What happens when three buffoons give life advice, explore unrealistic situations, and give random topics more thought than they probably deserve? It's the Spitballers Podcast with Andy, Mike, and Jason.
You sounded like you were fighting somebody.
That in my mind, I was ready. I was rolling.
Skip, right cross.
It was very aggressive.
It was.
Aggressive and impressive.
Thank you.
Welcome into the Spitballers Podcast. Andy, Mike, and Jason back again. Al Borland is here. Al, how are you doing this fine day?
I am great. How are you?
I'm good. We're going to have some fun today. Back again. It's your favorite day of the week.
He told you he was great, and you came back with I'm good.
Yeah.
And then Al Borland did not follow up with oh, you're only good? Like, what's happened? I mean,
He only says three or four words at a time.
He's also selfish. He didn't even bother to check on his friend.
He has no concern for us in any way. It's just all about the show.
Yeah.
All about the show. Hey, thanks, everybody, for a great YouTube debut.
Oh, that was sensational.
Last week. All the future full episodes will be on YouTube. We'll also have some shareable snippets. That's what Al Borland wrote in here.
Shareable
snippets.
Honestly, that sounds delicious.
It does.
I was going to say, that's
and
like,
I want some immediately.
is that like bugles? Bugles are shareable little snippets.
Ooh, I see what you did over there.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like you unintentionally did that.
Did you ever put the bugles on your fingers?
Of course I did. I was the Wicked Witch of the West.
You put them on and then went around the house saying,
You didn't? You didn't go around going, Kitty's got claws.
I couldn't do that because once they were on my fingers, they were in my belly. So I never had the claws for long enough to talk about the claws.
he did eat his fingers multiple times.
Over under injuries.
Oh.
I'm going to set the line at 3.
Oh, he bit himself more than 3 times.
If it was
Bugles on fingers.
if it was per bag of beagles, then you would be right. Otherwise, it's definitely the over.
About 3 was the average per bag.
My bugles came with little sausages.
And fingernails.
You can go to youtube.com/spitballers to check out the video product, the Twitter. You can send us your questions, your would you rathers, your situation rooms, which we're doing today.
You can do that on YouTube
Your
as
draft
well.
ideas. Yeah, you should. Put them in the comments
Yes.
of the show. You can also send them over at SpitballersPod on Twitter. SpitballersPod.com is the website. We're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, everywhere. I mean, we are your weekly dose of absolute nonsense.
That's what I've heard.
And we appreciate your reviews, your kind words, your support. So let's read one.
Reviewasaurus Rex.
This one comes in from Papa Squat, 1975.
Oh, that's classic.
5
was a good year for
stars,
squatting.
Titled, Poop is Funny, period. I use this podcast to prove to my wife that poop is funny and that all of my poop talk with the kids is actually preparing them for potential careers.
Oh, no.
I'm an amazing parent. Yes, you are, Papa Squat. Yes, you are.
This reminds me very much.
That's a 5-star brag from this parent.
Are you guys are familiar with The Far Side, of course.
Oh, I loved
The classic
Far Side.
comic.
Loved
Really,
it.
I'm going to have to Google a reminder.
You'll remember
My favorite
like,
comic growing up was The Far Side.
Gary Larson?
Yes.
Is that who made it?
Yes.
And he had one where there are 2 parents watching their child play Nintendo, and then it has the thought bubble, and inside of the thought bubble is just countless news not articles, but help wanted ads like, we need someone who can save the princess $275,000 a year, and just all these things related to the Nintendo. My parents framed that for me.
Yes.
And gave it to me.
And here you are.
Well, I mean, the joke was on them. I actually made money making video games for a little bit. And now I just talk about poop.
So on the last show, you did call out your brother-in-law, your mother, and your sister.
And I've looked over the show doc. The Reign of Terror is not going to stay.
It's gonna happen again.
fantastic.
So did any of them catch wind
Yes.
last week? Did your
Yes.
mom get on board with the career you've made in making poop jokes?
The mom has not heard, but I did hear from the brother-in-law.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's the worst one.
He called me up, and we had...
just out of the blue? He heard it, and then
Yeah.
you got a phone call.
well, he calls me up. I'm like, oh, hey, what's up, man? He says, You know what you did.
Look, no one is safe on this show.
But we had a great conversation because then he proceeded to tell me about how at work he had sweated through not only his shirt but also his jacket.
So
His jacket?
Oh, I told you, man. This
how
guy.
do you sweat through a jacket?
Yeah,
That's incredible.
I feel like this is a Captain America
I
thing.
could-
They need to examine him. He may have powers.
I could keep this conversation going, but I won't.
All right, let's jump into our first segment of the show today.
Would you rather?
All right, our first Would You Rather question of the show. Would you rather only understand half of what your wife is saying or only understand half of what your kids are saying? Now, do they understand you
Yes.
100%?
Yes.
Well, congratulations, Mike. Apparently you're a
In
better
this-
father.
In this hypothetical situation, they do.
I was just thinking
Or
of how-
regular, whatever, however much they understand you now.
10%.
I was going to say, I'm a man who struggles with patience, and the hardest thing is when your kids don't. Maybe it's just when they don't listen. I think they always understand me. I think they just don't listen a lot of the time.
But I would say
I hate asking 5 times for something.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely the worst. But then the circle continues because I end up doing that to my wife, and she has to ask me to do
She has to
something
ask you
5
times?
and I'm like, what? I didn't hear you 4 times.
Would you still have a wife if you only understood half of what they were saying?
Oh.
Possibly.
I would have a wife, but I don't know if I'd have a life.
I guess the question I
like
should ask Jason is, what is this like?
My obituary would say I had a wife who is now in jail for I mean if I because like here's the crazy thing, and this is so hypocritical of you, wife.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm putting my wife on blast.
Wow.
For this hypothetical situation.
It's like when
This
they
is
get
not
mad because of the dream.
Exactly. Oh, when they get mad for the dream, if she dreams that I've done something wrong, I'm in the doghouse all day.
You wake up and look, you shouldn't have done
But
that.
here's why this isn't fair, because the first thing I think about when this question comes up is, and my wife will admit to this, she knows it.
Sure,
She's
she does.
borderline deaf. Like,
Oh, okay.
like when we are watching TV, that thing is cranked up to 99% of what the soundbar can do. If you come over, because if there's any accent or any whispering in a show, it's like I have to wear earmuffs. So
Do you
You
have
put in the little, you put in some sound muffling.
exactly
how much during the show is the? What did he say?
all the time. It's
Wait,
just,
she says that to you?
Can you even enjoy the movie, or are you just parroting everything that's being said on the television?
The other day, I was standing behind her in the kitchen. She's on the couch. We're watching a show, and it was 3 times in a row. In like literally, character says a line. What do you say? I repeat it. The character says another line. What do you say? I repeat it. The character 3 times in a row. And at that point, I was like,
What did you
okay,
do?
that's it. And I walked around. down, and I just cranked the sound up. I'm like,
You need to get her
I
those.
can't watch the show.
You have to get her the TV ears, like for the old people, the ones that you put. Have you not seen that?
I
No.
don't know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
look them up right
I'm
now.
Googling.
They
Old
basically are headphones that hang from your ears, and it lets you jack up the sound.
Old
TV
people.
ears.
TV
old
ears.
people.
Yeah, you can put the old people part in there.
Are
This
you
was
finding
this was an
anything, Jay?
infomercial thing. Borland, you know what I'm talking about, right?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
You have no
nobody knows.
idea.
This
I
was a dream.
I can imagine that there's wireless headphone setups and things like that, but this must have been something before.
But
In that situation, your wife understands half of what's on TV. But would you rather only understand half of what she's saying to you,
No.
or only half of what your kids?
Well,
are
now
saying?
hold on. Does this have what I already understand about my kids?
You don't know if it's half or half,
Because
do you?
Yes,
no,
and
I don't.
You're hearing.
I think it's half.
You're hearing half of what they say.
But
so if you already don't understand half,
Exactly.
Now you understand a quarter of what they say because you're
Ooh,
hearing
that's
only
rough.
half.
That's rough.
I feel like I'd rather understand everything my wife says. My life would go much
Oh,
better.
Yes.
The boss.
Much better. Yeah.
I mean, there's a clear choice here. Like if I don't understand what my kids say, tough squat, kids. I'm still in charge. and you do it. But if I don't understand,
do you yell tough squat?
not yet. I don't think I've given them that one. But from here on out,
in this
I'm making
situation, they could be doing exactly what you want them to do, but you can't understand what they're saying.
I'm fine with that. I think that's fine.
I like the part where I just can throw everything and say, you got to go talk to your mom. I can't understand half of the things you say.
See?
Yeah.
But, no, you're right.
It's way
Andy.
better.
Like, you have to. If I didn't understand half of what my wife said, it's over.
I'm going to be honest with you.
She'd be frustrated.
My wife, she was out late with some friends. They had gone to a theater production a couple nights ago, so she was a little tired. And she took a 20-minute nap in the afternoon when I was home yesterday. And that was the hardest 20 minutes of my life. So I really need her 100% because I didn't make it 20 minutes. All right. Would you rather be known as the guy who always ruins the surprise at a surprise party or known as the guy who always goes back for seconds too early?
See,
do you have any stories behind these?
Yes.
I feel like I'm already
this is why you said you read ahead and you knew. Great.
A guy that, goes back for seconds.
You know a guy?
Do
you see him in the morning?
I see him every morning. That is a guy that goes back for seconds.
Does he live in your house?
He does live in my house, and he guesses. But I don't want to be the guy that goes back for seconds too early. Like I'm a hefty eater, but I'm not rude about it. I'm not insensitive to the needs of others. I'm not going to take. The last
he's the guy who
hamburger if that kid hasn't even eaten yet.
Yeah, he already brought up how considerate he is. Like if he brings 12 donuts to the office, he doesn't go back for seconds. He brings his own 12 and hides them in his office.
We have been over that.
Extremely considerate.
I want to eat the most. I want
I will not be defeated.
I still want others to look kindly upon me.
So what's your story, Mike?
So what I was reminded of is he's not like the guy who ruins the surprise at the surprise party.
Please be your brother-in-law again.
No.
Okay.
It's my father. And he is well known as the surprise ruiner. I guess I can't make this reference to Andy because he won't know it. Jason.
Yes.
You know in the Goonies. When they want something broken, they hand it to Chunk.
Right.
Like they hand him the picture frame because they know in about 5 seconds he'll drop it and he'll break it. I know that if I want a surprise ruined, I tell my dad exactly what's going to happen because I know within 2 days my children will come up to me and say, well, Grandpa told me that we're going here.
So do you need all surprise parties need to also be surprises for your dad?
Yes. He cannot know
all
about
parties are surprises for your father.
He can't know about the surprise or it will be ruined.
So does he ruin it with the accidental casual I'll see you Sunday to the person? I'll see you tomorrow. Never mind.
No, he doesn't back up. He just is oblivious. He doesn't understand what he has just done.
Does he know he's this guy?
And, That's a good question.
Yeah, he knows because I have had several times where he will say something about the impending event, and then I will just stare him in the face.
You give him the look,
and he looks at me with the complete look of a puppy dog. What? What do you?
The blank face.
Wait, what happened? Did I do something wrong? I'm like, Dad, this is the 5th time.
Why do I feel like you, being an April Fool's hater, also hate surprise parties?
Oh no, surprise parties are great.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Now, have you had them for yourself? Do you like showing up, being the center of a surprise party? You thought you were going home for a casual night of watching television. Now you're the center of attention for 4 hours?
I have only had one surprise party, and I almost ruined it because my wife planned there was a double surprise party, but it was happening in a different city. We had to drive down to Tucson to see my friends because they were down in college. And at the last second, I was like, I'm not feeling great. I don't know if I really want to go. Suddenly, it was really important
for you to go.
It was really important that we head down there.
See, I have my wife and I, we have this big thing that she's upset she's never, ever been able to surprise me. And she's planned several surprise events.
Because you're a ninja.
And I've sniffed them all out by one way or another. In fact, our marriage, our engagement.
Did you talk to my dad about some stuff?
Yeah, I'm calling
He's on
Papa
the text
Blabbermouth and saying, "Hey, Papa Blabs, Papa Blabs, what you got for me? Have you heard anything on the DL?
Yeah, what's rumbling? What's going on the grapevine?
No, but my wife tried to do a surprise party for me for a birthday a long time ago, and at this point we were just dating, and I turned it into a surprise party for her.
Oh,
it was a double. You
surprise.
said double surprise. That's what made me. It was. I surprised her, so she had all these.
Surpriser.
She had all these friends that were coming for my surprise party.
But they all knew that it was a surprise party for her?
Yes, because I told them. So all her family and other family members were around the corner. So as soon as she left to pick me up, she had spent the whole day decorating the house. As soon as she left to pick me up, they all came in.
Did they redecorate?
Redecorated the whole place.
They're double agents.
Which she was a little bit upset about.
That's funny though.
And then it's so funny because we come in and as we open the door, she's so excited for my surprise, not knowing that she's getting trolled here. And as I open the door, she gets so upset because they don't yell surprise. They're all in this big circle, and there's this big banner that's like happy anniversary part or happy engagement party. And then so she comes in, she's like, "You can say surprise." And then she saw me down on a knee.
Oh.
And the rest is good history.
I liked that story until the end.
Yeah, I know.
All right, you win.
You sappy molasses.
You know what? You wouldn't have won had you talked to Papa Blabs.
Oh, Papa P. Blabs.
Papa Blabs would have been like, so let me see the ring. Let me see the ring.
That's exactly the way it would happen.
Yes.
Oh, let me see
And then she
the
goes,
ring.
what ring? And then he goes,
Your engagement ring.
the engagement ring.
That's what I'm saying. It would not be a back off. It would be...
He'd lean in.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the surprise.
All right, so what was
He went to Jared.
Oh,
what was
right.
the actual question?
Do you want to be the guy that goes back for seconds?
Yes.
Or the guy that ruins all the surprises?
The surprise ruiner. Well, I guess this one is specific to the surprise party.
If I get the nickname Blabs, I've got to be the seconds guy. I don't want to be Blabs.
I'm going back for seconds too early.
Me too.
Sorry, child. That burger is mine.
All right, let's jump into the situation room.
The Situation Room.
All right, here's the situation. Starting right this second, you are granted 3 hours of invisibility. How are you making the most of your next 3 hours?
Step 1. You better have the world's most accurate timer. You need an atomic clock.
Because you're going to run it right up to the limit?
Well, first thing you got to do is you got to take off all your clothes.
Because to be truly invisible,
Right.
you must be nude.
So you got to know when that timer's about to expire.
Because your body is invisible, but your clothes are not.
Exactly. Can you imagine? You're just
The moment you come out of the
you're
3 hours?
You're at Macy's, just hanging
What are
out.
you doing spending your 3 hours? Party it's at Macy's?
Is that what you're doing? So in this situation, Mike, you've got 3 hours
Gotta
to
go to Macy's.
I've got to take off all my clothes and get to Macy's immediately.
Look, I want a sports jacket. What are you talking
Is this like maybe you're too
wants a
embarrassed to
free
go to
sports
Macy's,
jacket.
so you're waiting for that moment where
Yeah.
you're invisible?
That's exactly it. You're,
I can finally go.
He's
You're a
been wanting to
closeted
shop there
Macy's fan.
forever.
Wow.
Look, they got lovely fragrances at Macy's, and I'd like to enjoy them.
Yes, I get what you're saying. The moment you come out of it, if you're just butt naked in the middle of some public place, and then you try telling people, you go, no, I was invisible. I was invisible.
Yes.
This isn't weird.
The naked,
Don't arrest me,
the
officer.
naked person at the building that's saying, I was invisible.
Please don't put me in the back of
I'm
that.
actually going to give them a little bit more credit from now on. If this happens in my life and they're screaming I was invisible, I'm going to take a second and go,
Just in case this happens to
wait
them.
a minute.
Maybe you were.
Were they invisible?
Say, let me see your timer.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay,
so you've got your perfect
Andy,
timer to
so
protect.
we know Mike is going to Macy's. What would we? So the first thing that comes to my mind is you've got to go somewhere you're not allowed to be.
Well, that would be one. I mean, it's 3 hours, and it's hard not to go to the, devious outcome of being invisible.
I'm going to rob a bank.
Exactly. Like the invisible person goes and robs the bank or goes, I'm going to go play basketball at the arena.
Are mean. I'm just a ghost at Macy's.
Yeah, you are. I feel like I would be very tempted to use a large chunk of that 3 hours trolling and annoying my friends. I would spend 1 solid hour deep pantsing Jason every few minutes where he doesn't understand why his pants are down around
That's
his
good.
ankles all the time.
I mean, that's valuable. That's actually something.
Because what would you think?
That is a lifelong experience now for Jason. You think he's going a single day going, are my pants
Dude,
gonna hold up?
The belt that I buy that following day is legit. It's got a lock.
Oh,
and
no,
a
you're in a
key on
onesie
it.
the next day.
Oh yeah, there you go.
You're in a locked-up onesie.
Got a nice leotard underneath my clothes.
It would be just so hard not to troll my friends. All of a sudden, Mike's beard's getting shaved off.
Oh, well, that's just mean.
Well, that's true.
But you would never know that it was mean.
That's true.
You just go, my beard's falling out.
Until
my
this
beard-
naked man appears shaving his beard off.
My beard would not fall off because I would see a floating razor
Oh, that's actually a solid point.
coming at me.
And you would easily be able to step away from said
You'd
razor.
be chased by a floating razor, wondering what's happening.
I'll be honest, that floating razor comes close to me. Like, if it's actually coming at me, I'm running screaming.
Yes. And but then Andy also has to worry about the fact that this is what we started with. Now Andy's coming at me. I'm fully clothed. Andy's in the wind.
Yeah,
The giblets are out.
yeah.
That's a
All right.
problem.
Always.
A problem only solved by Macy's. What time of day is this?
He's having the best shopping experience he's ever had.
just
I've never been freer.
Now, are you,
I mean, he
are you
can't grab-
paying? Are you paying for these items?
That's a good
'Cause
question.
Otherwise, they're all floating out of the store.
You guys are overlooking the. I'm not actually buying anything. I'm just hanging out there.
Okay.
You're just having a good time.
Yes.
Right.
At Macy's.
Have you ever been?
No, I'm embarrassed.
Exactly.
So what time of day is this?
High
It's
noon.
right now.
High noon.
All right.
Right this second.
Man.
It's
If it's right this second,
11:30 in the
literally
morning.
right now, and this will show like
You can go back for seconds, no problem.
yeah, I'm not there too early. The hot dogs are just disappearing. I mean, look, this is just true. I am right now currently obsessed, and really like my days are just bad waiting for. Right now, we're leading up to an NFL draft, and I want to know the inner workings.
Oh, you're gonna go spy.
I am going to risk the nude reveal at the Arizona Cardinals Stadium in the offices.
That'll be a big risk because you only have 3 hours to figure
I
out.
can get
how
in,
to-
I can get out. I just need one juicy piece of news, and then I can go. I don't know. Make
So
a prop bet.
but you got to go to that facility and you got to wait by the door until someone opens it and then sneak inside.
Exactly.
Oh, I'll open it. I mean, what? It's like
What, you have a key card?
Yeah, you're not invisible with endless keys.
okay.
Keychain
I'm
floating
pretty
around.
sure people are going in and out all the time. A lot
Yeah.
of people work there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of a way to make this whatever I do during this 3 hours last for more than 3 hours, benefit me for more than 3 hours. But I don't know
Like
if I
the
can do it.
lifelong memories of depantsing Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lifelong
I think
horror
you hit
Jason
it.
has walking around. Got any other ideas?
No.
I think we solved that problem. Harvey from Twitter sends in a.
problem.
Yeah, the
it's
answer the answer was clearly go to Macy's and pants people. Like that's
true, best
you
of
get
both worlds.
Of, best of both worlds.
Harvey from Twitter. The three of you are planning a lucrative art heist from a museum.
We're going to need to be invisible.
I was going to say that would be really helpful. What is your plan and what is everyone's job? So we are literally
three of
going
us.
to. Let's do this.
White collar crime. We're taking the Mona Lisa.
Yep, that's white collar.
Yeah.
I thought white collar is like
That's like
insider trading.
Yeah, but white collar is like the yeah. I mean, it's still
this
white
is
collar.
more like blue collar theft.
Well, this
is
is
still
this
white
is more
collar.
like
What if
multicolor.
you?
I mean,
if
it's
you
art.
steal a certain level of painting, it
Yes.
becomes white collar.
correct.
Yeah, like if we got the Mona Lisa, white collar. If we got Whistler's mother, it's just blue collar.
Really?
Yeah, that's a white collar.
Is
crime.
that true, Borland?
Yes, Borland.
Absolutely. The show White Collar on TV used to depict that exact scenario.
There was a
who
show
is this?
called White Collar.
Oh, it
Yeah,
was a great
people tried
show.
to get me to watch it. It was a bad show.
It was a great show. Good television.
Good fun. We're on an art heist. Primary objectives are jobs. Let's think about
Look.
this from what do we have to do? Step one.
Number one, guys, I'm already at Macy's. I've got the black turtlenecks covered.
Okay.
So you're getting the
I'm-
wardrobe.
I'm
But
getting the wardrobe.
I'm going to ask you. You got to do a little more than that on this job.
All
you
right.
can't just be the costume.
I will
person.
also bring the ski masks
Okay.
right.
So far, so good.
I did not know
So
that
we
Macy's
need
sold-
disguises.
because you've never been to Macy's.
We need a way in. right?
All I heard was like step on the scale.
That's all I-
It's like we gotta have a weigh in.
Wait a minute. Why? What does me being 190 have to do with anything?
Here's what we really need, and this
I'm
is
bloated.
this is where I come in. I know.
Can't steal art today.
I had a big lunch. Don't
I know
judge
my
me.
role. My role will definitely be the distraction. You always need a distraction, right?
So
I
that me
can-
and Mike can sneak in our turtlenecks.
Exactly.
Wait, we're going midday?
We're yeah. I mean, look, to do it right. If you're taking the Mona Lisa, it's not just about getting it. It's about impressing people along the way. It's about wow. You guys haven't seen like Ocean's?
Oh, I've definitely seen it. Jason, what country are we going to get the
We
Mona
are
Lisa?
going to Italy.
What? Tell
No,
me
All right?
Tell me
No.
everything.
We are going to France.
Yes.
It's in the Louvre.
Yes.
I knew where it was though.
Tell me everything you know about France in 60 seconds.
First try. Well, France is the home of the Eiffel Tower. France is also the home of French fries. They invented them. And a lot of people don't realize this, the French kiss. It originated in France between two mimes. Mimes are also French. So mimes were the originators of the French
Interesting.
kiss. A lot of people
Interesting.
don't realize that. They also have a huge export of diamonds and jewelry. That's under France is huge mines for diamonds.
Whoa!
And
Any cuisine?
in cuisine, well, they only eat French fries and French ship. They have a lot of
friendship?
They have a lot of friendship there.
Very
but they
French
call it
friendship.
French ship.
Oh, they don't call it friendship.
No, like we have a good friendship, but if we were in France, we would have a friendship.
You know
And
a
that
lot
is-
about France.
That is, and the Louvre is there.
The
Yeah,
Louvre?
there we go.
Yeah.
The Louvre.
Yes,
Okay.
the Louvre.
There's also Lou's.
Isn't that a French word?
That's
I'm going to the Louvre?
The Louvre is
the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that more English?
Is it?
I think
Al?
it's
We're,
English.
we're very cultured
Al?
on this show. Oh, he's got to look it
we're
up.
American.
You don't know either, Al.
We're American.
I didn't hear the question. I
So
apologize.
when you
wow.
are you even?
All right.
You're,
All right,
you're the
Jason's-
producer of the show.
Jason's the distractor. I have picked up the turtlenecks. I can do something.
So
else.
I'm left-
So Andy's
I'm
going
left
in
getting
in
in,
black turtlenecks
stealing
and a
it,
ski mask
and
at
leaving.
midday.
Yeah.
So what am I doing?
You're going to jail.
Am I the foot speed?
Yeah,
You're going to
You're
jail.
going to jail,
We
man.
are stealing the Mona Lisa from you.
you're the patsy.
Yes, exactly. I make the distraction. You get Andy confident that he can go in and do it. On the way out, while they're arresting him, we sneak out with the Mona Lisa.
Steal from
Job
the thief?
well done.
All right.
White collar.
All right. Well done. Let's draft.
The Spitballers Draft.
I will say this, and I'm not going to reveal who picked what's going on. We don't know who won last week.
No,
It's
we
the
don't.
Closest.
And Jason and I, with over 9,000 votes at Spitballers Pod, are tied.
It's unbelievable. So we don't even know who's winning.
We don't even know. Yeah, we cannot tell until this poll ends. So, very,
Better
very
be me.
exciting. Very close. Who has the first pick today, by the way?
Jason,
Jason.
Yes, I do.
have we said what we're drafting?
No, I'm about to. We are drafting the best snacks for a long road trip. And I've often said, I tell my wife this, when we go to the convenience stores or the little hole-in-the-wall gas stations on the way to California or some road trip, there are foods that I will only buy
Yeah.
when I'm on a road trip. They are road trip-only foods.
Well, the best thing about a road trip is your diet goes out the window.
Oh, for sure.
Like it's completely gone because you're in a car. Those calories don't count. You're not even in your own zip code.
You're not even usually in a city. You're between cities.
Yeah.
There's no calories here. There's nothing.
There's
It's-
no laws
It's-
between
yeah,
cities.
It's like the ocean
Yeah.
where there's no
international
laws.
waters.
Right.
Exactly.
Look, driving, the older I get, the more I enjoy food in general, just as a hobby, not just as like a necessity. It's just
Right.
like when someone says, "Hey, do you want to go to the county fair?" All I think about
It's the food.
is the food. I'm like, yes, I would like to go eat food around people doing things like the Ferris wheel.
That's the whole point of going to the fair is the food.
So-
So I'm proud of you.
So for the drive, I'm thinking to myself, can I be eating from moment one through the end of the drive? Because it will make driving better.
Yes, you can, you should. But the hardship, I think, on Andy is that he's going to have a really hard time, both in real life and in this draft, not selecting for his road trip ice cream.
Eating ice cream on the road is
It's
rough.
a difficult snack.
It is.
Although a strawberry shortcake, I can put that back real quick on the road, one hand, no big deal.
All right, so I've got the first pick.
Like a snake?
There are certain foods that you're only going to do on a trip. They're not, your everyday food. And then there's the best.
Mm-hmm.
There's the snack that, look, I've got to have it. I need it in my life. I need it on a road trip. I need it everywhere I go. And there's plenty of sweets, plenty of salties, plenty of different things that I can get later in the draft. But there's only one beef jerky.
Okay. I was wondering if you would screw up the first pick.
Yeah, no, look. I mean, the last few road trips, I don't know why I had road trips in my life before realizing beef jerky was a necessity, but the last 6 or 7, we've had beef jerky. And I'm not just talking any old beef jerky.
I was going to say, how specific, can I ask this question before we go on?
Yeah.
Like, if you say beef jerky, do you get Slim Jims?
No, those are
No,
different.
no, beef
And
jerky.
are we picking, like if I was to make a selection?
He doesn't.
Yeah,
He
you
gets
don't
all
have-
brands.
He gets
but,
all brands of beef
But
jerky.
a Slim Jim is not a beef jerky.
Right. Yes,
Okay.
agreed. So I get all the beef jerky. But just to let people know, not a sponsor, but Old Trapper,
That's the one.
Old Trapper, you are a magician with the beef. I mean, you make beef like nobody makes beef in jerky form.
You know it's the king of the road trip. Like if you ever head up from Phoenix to Las Vegas, I know that's very specific, but you see a billboard sign. We got fresh jerky. You see one of those every 0.5 miles.
Yeah, you can stop along the way.
Anywhere.
There's not even
Anywhere.
a gas station. They're
Why
just
is beef jerky so expensive?
Because it's delicious and it's beef. The free market set the
yeah.
price. Man.
Delicious beef.
I'm willing to pay. Old Trapper, you're also a master of the finances because your stuff is very expensive.
When this draft topic came up, to me it was exciting because I didn't feel like there's this consensus out there. Everybody likes different things. Mm-hmm. There's not like a list out there. There's no Rotten Tomatoes for road trip snacks. And so I figured we'd be all over the map. But beef jerky is a really good first pick.
Yes.
Thank you.
Now, I'm up.
Yes.
And I still don't know how broad I need to select. If I was picking a category, do I pick candy?
No,
You have to pick a specific
I have to pick
candy.
a specific candy.
Yes.
All right, in that case, I'm taking corn nuts.
Okay.
It's
on my
nuts.
list. That's a great pick.
I don't eat corn nuts. They're not a part of my life.
What?
It's only
Unless-
Oh.
Unless
My heart.
I'm on a road trip.
corn nuts are a road trip snack.
And I've made this very clear. It's not I'm taking corn nuts as a whole, but much like you when you said Little Trapper, what
Old
is it?
Trapper.
Old Trapper,
How
sorry.
dare you?
The ranch corn nuts
Yeah,
are the
that-
king of the corn nut family.
Yes, they are.
They rule the kingdom with deliciousness and vigor.
I feel like when those first came out,
Now, they're not good for your
It was a
teeth.
huge deal.
That's
and
what I was
everybody
gonna
loved
say.
corn nuts. And then eventually they realized this is only for road trips. Like this, you don't eat these
The
in your
finger
day-to-day
lick,
life.
like when you eat the bag of the ranch corn nuts, and then at the end you look at your fingers and you've got that powder, that ranch powder, all over them. That's a delightful finale.
It speaks to the power of the road trip because when you're on the road trip, you are saying, I have never been further away from my dentist.
Yes,
And yet, I'm
And
going to eat something there is none more dangerous for my teeth right now than these corn nuts.
well, it's a danger that I'm willing to take on, and therefore corn nuts is my first selection.
It's a good one. I've got 3 picks here. I'm on the turn, so I got to go back to back. I got to stay true to my heart and the one thing that I have to have on every single road trip, and that was the Sour Patch Kids. Sour Patch.
They're spectacular.
Sour Patch Kids are my favorite. Well, technically my second favorite candy, but they're my number 1 road trip candy. Like I said, the rules when you're a road trip, it changes things. Changes a man being out there on the road. Sour Patch Kids, that's the easy one for me to figure out. Now, number 2, I've got 2 options where I love them, and I think that they are both actually huge vote getters, but I feel like one is more likely to get back to me, but I also think it's the better one.
Okay.
So I am going to take...
I want to point out to you that now 2 minutes ago you said, I'm going with my heart.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's what I'm
So which one is the better one?
going with Flaming Hot Cheetos.
Oh, it's a great one.
I don't know why you.
Now is that a again only road trip universe?
And once again, the power of the road trip when you say, "I am none further from a toilet," and yet I will get the Flaming Hot Cheetos and just ruin my insides.
I have had so many road trips where I take chances on the road with my food
that you wouldn't take it home.
that I would never take. Like, and it's not just. I'll say this: it's not just what you choose; it's the quantity.
Yeah.
I've eaten. I'm not even ashamed. I've had like 3 rolls of Starburst consecutively on a road trip.
Impressive.
I've watched it, and when we even now road trip is not. It's not exclusive to road trip. Air travel when we're in an airport.
Yes. No, that's true.
I mean, we've all traveled the country together, and we got our backpacks for 2 reasons: laptop, got to have it with you. Mm-hmm. Fill it up with snacks.
Plain food.
I mean, just plain food, just stuffed with beef jerky.
It does
and
feel like
candy
carte blanche to do what you want with your body.
You can do anything you want if you're traveling. Anything.
All right, so I have to pick a second selection here, and man, it's close between a few, but I'm going to go with yet another thing I never buy ever or eat ever unless I was on the road, and it's convenient for the road. A little too convenient.
A little too convenient.
I'm going to say Pringles.
Okay. No, look.
I don't buy Pringles, but I will. It's a convenient, easy reach in.
I don't buy them either. But they're good.
For the road.
They're not just good, they're great. I mean, Pringles are great, but so I wanted to take Pringles. I've got it written down. It's definitely on my short list.
Okay, all right.
And I
Makes
thought
me
to
feel
myself,
good.
you guys would make fun of me because Pringles aren't usually at the gas station, right? You can't.
They are. You can find them.
They're on the end cap. They're on the end cap,
but not always. I don't feel like they're one of those things that's at every gas station. Maybe I'm wrong and I'm just ignoring Pringles.
Well, from now on, you need to take a look because I'm pretty sure they're there.
I will be. But I know
I might have bought them all.
When I am prepping for a road trip, we're going to Disneyland with the family, and we go to the store, and we always have Pringles.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, the first 2 things gone on all of our trips, beef jerky and Pringles.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, what do you eat first? The best.
Yeah.
All right, so
fair enough.
I've got 2. I am so astounded that Doritos made it back to me. I mean, Doritos, beef jerky.
Tell
beef
me
jerky,
everything
Doritos.
you know about Doritos. No.
Oh, Doritos are made of.
Now, are you Cool Ranch or Nacho Cheese?
I'm a nacho cheese, but I'm not against Cool Ranch. This is not an anti.
Don't get the wrong impression.
Don't hear what I'm not saying. I love Cool Ranch less than I love nacho cheese Doritos, and so Doritos are the clear second pick in the draft. They got all the way back to me here in the second round. Now it gets a little dicey. Now I've got to get sweet, have to, and I know what I like. I'm between 2, and they're the exact same thing essentially. So I'll talk it out. And if one of you
please do, just take as long as you possibly can.
If it's between the Reese's Cup and the Reese's Pieces, because I got to have Reese's. Reese's are my jam. They are the number one.
I can solve that
of
so
all
quickly.
Candy. Reese's Cups are better. Reese's Cups are the best.
Yeah,
that is
but
true.
on a road trip,
a
road trip, Reese's Cups.
Oh, that's trouble.
Harder to eat. Gone.
Melty.
I mean, you got 2 or you got 4.
Yeah.
So I think for those reasons, I'm going to stick to what this draft is.
I like that.
This draft is a road trip draft. And if I'm actually in the store, I would usually grab the Reese's Cups, but I would grab the Reese's Pieces because I want them to last longer. I want to be able to pop them in my mouth over and over.
That's why
for
I
a
went
long
with
period of
Pringles
time.
over like Ruffles. I don't want to open a big bag and have to navigate that. I just want a can.
Yep. Oh, speaking of Ruffles and the can and navigating and all that, tell me you drink the end of the Ruffles. Tell me I'm not alone.
I would definitely drink
when you get to the bottom of the can, there's just a
Wait, the
thousand.
end of
Pringles.
Pringles.
Yes, sorry. You
Okay,
said Ruffles.
I was very.
You have to
confused.
I
drink the end.
apologize to America and the world for saying drinking Ruffles.
Some people do drink the end of the Ruffles, but they have a problem.
But
They get them
when you're
referred out.
When you're at the end of the Pringles can and there's like 10,000 little shards.
Yes.
You dump that. Oh,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
It's actually required. If you read on the container, you have to do that.
drink
Otherwise-
at end.
Right before it says dispose of properly, once done, there's drink the end.
Yes, drink
So
the end.
I don't understand. I don't understand how I've got this good a team already.
So
Beef
what's your
jerky,
team so far? Beef jerky,
Doritos, and Reese's Pieces.
That's great.
What?
But here's the
not
thing.
as good as you think.
There's
Oh,
a lot of road trip snacks
Yes, there are.
that are all very delicious.
I'm gonna draft for my fourth pick. I'm gonna draft a lemon, and I'm gonna win. That's how good these 3 picks are.
Well, you'd fight off scurvy.
I'm having a hard time over here. I don't want to
he
give
gave you like 15 minutes to
I know.
prep.
No. I have selections, but I'm trying not to lead you guys into something that will help your team. So I'm wondering if I should wait until my next pick.
There's one pick that I really do hope gets picked.
I am going with Muddy Buddies.
They're on my list.
I'm going with Muddy Buddies,
They are on my
which means
list.
I assume I get the Chex Mix family. Muddy Buddies are the captain of the Chex Mix family.
You do not get trail mix.
Right.
I agree with
That's-
that.
yeah,
Okay.
correct.
But I get Chex Mix.
Sure.
But Chex
Those are
Mix
different.
Chex Mix is like trail mix. Chex Mix is not covered in sugar and chocolate.
No,
Trail
it's
Mix
not.
is-
but it's
is-
Chex. It's got Chex in it.
Yeah, Trail Mix does not usually have checks.
Yeah.
Trail Mix is
Normal
just
trail mix is,
Right,
peanuts.
but Muddy Buddies-
stupid raisins.
Muddy Buddies is a sweet. Chex Mix is a salty.
correct.
I'm taking Muddy Buddies.
So I don't see how you would
Yeah,
get
I'm-
both of
I'm
them.
kinda
Well, here's the
with
thing:
you.
if you draft trail mix, you
I
don't
don't-
get Chex Mix.
I don't want either.
That's
of
my
those,
point. Okay.
because they both suck.
Okay, I went with Muddy Buddies.
All right, Muddy
That's
Buddies.
the moral of the story. So, what is my team so far? I have Corn Nuts, I've got Pringles, and I've got Muddy Buddies, and I feel fine.
All right,
I think I'm gonna get 100%.
I am. Like I gambled with one to come back, and it came back because this is one of the kings.
There is a king left.
There is a king of the road trip,
Yes.
and that is the sunflower seed.
Oh, I'm so happy you took that.
The sunflower seeds are fantastic. They are one of the best snacks for when you are driving to keep you awake, and you can just you're not going to get full. You're not going to feel terrible from eating sunflower
What do you
seeds.
do with the seeds on the road?
What are you talking about? You spit
What
them
do
in you spit them into a cup.
So now you're
The shell, you mean?
you're holding a cup.
People are really, really into sunflower seeds.
Okay, hold
they
on.
They really
Hold
are.
on, Jason.
Yes.
Does your car have a cup holder?
Yes.
Okay, that's where the cup is.
And where is your drink?
It's in the other cup holder.
And where is your wife's drink?
She's holding it because I'm the captain of the car.
Oh
while
my
I'm driving.
God.
Get bodied, family.
That while you are driving, if you need them both, and I actually do need my second cup holder because I'm also taking a Slurpee.
Oh, that's good. That was on my list for sure.
I wasn't sure. See, I wasn't certain we were going to go strictly the snack route.
Yeah, you could
only the the tangible food.
Why
product.
I feel great about a Slurpee is because to properly when you get the Slurpee, you get a straw. Except what's on the edge of that straw?
the spoon.
A little spoon, inferring it's a snack.
So
Inferring
it's
that
a
it's a-
loophole
Yep.
because you can eat it.
That is correct.
I want to see you driving, and then
Yeah.
the cup in one hand and the mini
I've
spoon
got-
straw in
I've
the
got
other.
got my sunflower cup and my
No, a
Slurpee.
Slurpee makes sense, but I'm glad you took it because now I don't have to think about taking it. You've got a solid team.
Yeah, it's okay.
What's funny is I've looked in
Pringles
the
over
time
here.
from the beginning of this draft, and I've looked at some people's lists of what they like to bring on road trips, and I couldn't help but laugh to myself when I read things like carrots and grapes.
What losers?
Where's the ranch?
Oh my goodness!
For the carrots.
yeah, hummus and celery. No.
Oh, I would.
Here's
do
what I'm
sandwich.
going
Nerd
with.
alert.
That would be
Mine-
What are you at home?
My final pick.
That's true.
My final pick is popcorn.
Yeah.
My final pick is popcorn.
Enjoy the
It
road
can
trip,
be-
picking them out of your teeth.
Oh, I will enjoy that, Mike. Thank you.
Jason, will you?
I
Wait,
won't.
did you just say picking them out of your teeth says the man who has to navigate a miniature sunflower seed with his teeth and spit it out every 2 seconds?
So what is
Yes.
100%
I
minus?
get caramel corn, I get popcorn, and I get cheesy corn.
That's
I'm
fine.
content.
That's
you,
fine.
You get them all. What is Al Borland? What is 100% minus? I assume Mike will vote for himself and Andy will vote for himself. So -2. What percentage will that probably be?
That'll still be 100% on Twitter because 2 votes are
all right.
Wow,
I'm
that's
just
going to suck when you lose.
I'm
Oh,
not
my
losing
gosh.
this. No way.
Do you have a final pick?
I
Lemon.
don't need it, but
you
okay.
said you were taking a lemon.
I'm taking honey roasted peanuts, my friends.
That's a really good pick.
That's like
That's way better than popcorn.
it is. I mean, not just peanuts, which are like
Yeah.
honey roasted,
Yep.
covered in the salt and sugar goodness. I don't even know what it is, but it's full of calories. They don't count on the road.
At first I was really upset that you did that because it is a good pick and they are delicious. But then I realized when push comes to shove, if I walked in, if I wanted to eat something on the road, I would eat popcorn over honey roasted peanuts.
And this is the best part about this draft. This is a true heart. This
is a heart
I
draft.
have a heart draft here because heart
problem after you eat them.
Sure, I've had a heart problem since I was like 13. No, these are the 4 I would pick. I feel like I just got the first 4 picks. A Slurpee.
I got 3 of my 4.
So this is really and Andy's happy with his. We're all happy with our draft.
Read off your team, Jay.
All right, my team. I've got beef jerky.
Yeah.
Doritos. What's my third?
Reese's Pieces.
Reese's Pieces and honey.
The Reese's Pieces is your downfall.
What? Said no one ever.
It's your downfall.
And honey roasted peanuts.
I got Corn Nuts, Pringles, Muddy Buddies, and popcorn. Mike?
Sour Patch Kids, sunflower seeds, Flaming Hot Cheetos, and a Slurpee.
Well, you're the most refreshed of the group. What'd you guys learn today on the show? Make sure you vote, by the way, at Spitballers Pod. Preferably not for Jason.
I learned that apparently there's some part of my subconscious that really likes Macy's.
I learned that you can sweat through a jacket.
I learned that if I've got a secret, Papa Blabs ain't getting it out of me.
Yeah.
I'm not telling him nothing. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for supporting the show. YouTube.com/Spitballers if you want to watch it.
We will see you next time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to the Spitballers Podcast. To see what other nonsense the guys are up to, check out SpitballersPod.com.